JT in the studio with us. Is it a family thing? I mean, Michael J. Foxx?
No.
JT Foxx?
I'm Foxx with two X's. So Jimmy Foxx with two X's is more like my father. From a father from another mother.
Well, you're South African now.
Yeah, I'm pretty much more South African than I am American these days. And so...
The excitement you have for this country is palpable.
Well, listen, I got in from Hong Kong. I did 6 different countries in the last 8 days, and then I landed from Hong Kong on Monday morning. And let me tell you something. From the moment I landed... everywhere it's been crazy. There's not one place where I can't go where I'm not recognized. We were in Santon on Monday night, packed. People were sitting on the floor. Yesterday in Pretoria, 2 different sessions sitting on the floor. Meetings, buying companies here, inspiring people. It looks like I signed my first reality show right here in South Africa. It's going to start in August. And the whole theme is to find South Africa's next millionaire, and hoping to do that with Robert Gumede. Next time we're going to finalize the detail when he comes back in town next week. And it's inspiring. I mean, results rules. They speak for themselves. And my business model has always been powered by my client's success. So here's the irony. It is my 2-year anniversary first coming to this country last Sunday. 2 years, and the results have been phenomenal. I came here.
What are the results? I mean,
thousands of successful stories. I've bought companies here. I've taken companies global. I've done amazing charity work with the Nelson Mandela Foundation. I've been to NELSpread, spoken to over 12,000 underprivileged kids. And I've got involved with the oncology department at the University of Pretoria, hopefully help sick kids with cancer in this country. So charity, youth entrepreneurism, success, and the results don't lie. I mean, it's really, John F. Kennedy says, ask not what your country can do for you, but ask what you can do for your country. And I love this country. I love the people. This is a third world country with first-rate people. And we got to inspire. We have more shows like you. We need to inspire the youth. And we need to stop with this black, this white thing, this brown thing. When it comes to success, we are all the same color.
Kaya FM 95.9, good music, good friends. JT, also a media personality, having had radio show for 7 years and now be regularly seen and interviewed on CNBC, Forbes, BBC, and many other TV and radio shows all around the world.
The bottom line is I'm on this show, and that's all that counts. Once you've been on this show, it's over, Bob. It is absolutely over.
You're a wealth coach.
I can retire.
I mean, what does that do?
World's #1 wealth coach, own over 50 companies and brand. They just did a biography of my life. I'll send you the link, and I just saw it this morning, the modified version, and it's pretty amazing to go from 9 years negative. I mean, I came from Canada to the United States with about 10,000 rand, and then I went to negative 340,000 rand, and I built a global empire, 31 different countries, and continues to grow. Do 6 or 7 new countries, and I'm first and foremost, yes, I'm the world's #1 wealth coach, but I'm a serial entrepreneur, and I think I have a new purpose. I mean, with the JT Foxx Foundation, which I've started, I want to inspire youth and kids with cancer, and life is not measured by how much money you make. I think life is measured by, how many lives you change. I mean, we're looking across the street and there's this big billboard of Madiba, and I was actually with Ndaba Mandela yesterday, working with him, coaching, trying to do some business and help him out. And, Madiba created this sort of rainbow nation of where you put, black and white and brown all together. I want to create the same thing for entrepreneurs. I mean, what makes America good is small business. It's the backbone, the American dream. I want to bring this to this country. I want people to believe, because limiting beliefs is what's holding back this country from truly becoming great. We need more people like you spreading the word, bringing the enthusiasm on the breakfast show, and waking up that yes, they can. Not I can't. I just can't. I can't do it. I can't do it.
He's South African. JT Foxx in the studio with us on Kaya FM 94. Who needs a wealth coach?
Well, listen, everyone. I mean, here's the thing. If I was to start my own radio show, and I've been in radio for a long time myself, is it just Google it and you'll be on the radio? Or am I better off by going to you, hey, Bob, coach me. How do I get on a morning show? And you'd probably say, do this, send this type of thing, talk to this person. And that's the thing. A wealth coach tells you exactly what to do and what not to do. There are 2 things hurting you in business right now. Number 1, what you don't know. If you knew it, you'd be doing it. And number 2, is excuses. The less excuses you have, the more successful you're going to be. I mean, you take a look at the rugby team, the Springboks. It's all great players. Why do they have a coach? Why don't they just play themselves? Because you need a coach to give you the vision, to keep you focused, to hold you accountable, to tell you how it is.
What are the two or three things that make America such an entrepreneurial country?
Well, I first tell people, I mean, it's always a bit controversial when I say this, but people need to think American, act South African. I was an audience of over 5.
Please repeat that.
Think American, act South African. You cannot act American here. They're going to throw you out. That's
No, we do have a few personalities on radio.
Yes, well, that's why
But it's all right.
That's gonna. So and I asked 5,000 people last week. I was speaking to, name me one South African company. One.
Nando's.
Nobody could tell. Nobody knows Nando's other than people on the outside. And plus, people think it's Portuguese, but that's a whole other story. So they can't name me one company that's outside. Some people say, well, De Beers, and they think it's a beer company. The Beer, right? But name me an American company. Apple. Google. And Americans are good at the fundamentals of marketing and branding. And it's the same thing in Europe. I mean, everyone knows the American because they're phenomenal at the marketing and branding. And that's one of the keys to success. Marketing, branding, relationship, and coaching. Those are your 4 cornerstones of success. And here's the thing. We grow up in America, and I'm Canadian. So if you don't like Americans, I was born in Canada. I just want to point that out. and you are born with the belief that you can do it, and it's the pursuit of the American dream, which is why I moved from Canada to the United States when I was 17 to pursue the American dream. And then I moved back to Canada, and then I moved back when I was 24. You go in with, yes, you can. Here is you grow up with, no, you can't. You know, you're the wrong color, or you have a
born at the wrong time.
You have a 400-year head start, and now this is your time. I mean, we got to stop worrying about all this nonsense. And yes, has there been racial issues? Absolutely. And listen, people tell me, oh, BE is not fair. Listen, if there was a white law, I'd take advantage of it. So I don't think that anybody should apologize for taking. That's what the law is, and you take advantage of it. I don't think anybody should excuses. But here's the thing. We all know in terms of BE that if you only rely on government contracts, you're not going to make it.
Yeah.
Right? And so you got to learn how to create your own economy. And that's the thing. So listen, I came to this country. It's been 2 years. I'm white. I've started a lot of businesses, and it hasn't really affected me. So I think people are too concerned with everybody else is happening. They're concerned with everybody else's problem. Let's focus on what we need to do. Let's focus on our lives. Let's not point the finger at everybody else, because when you point the finger at somebody else, you have 3 fingers pointing back at you. And, there is a negative mindset here. I've seen, also too, women, we have a beautiful woman next to us. Women are the future of entrepreneurism. More and more women in America. And we need to inspire the women. We need to inspire the youth. And we need to tell people, yes, you can. The color of your skin should not affect where your visions are. Because I always tell people dreams don't come true. Dreamers talk about what their visions do. And I love this country. I love the black, I love the white, I love the Indian, I love everything there is to do about it, because once you believe, and here's the interesting thing I did. I've taken a lot of South Africans and brought them to America. Met Schwarzenegger, Al Pacino, Sylvester Stallone, Jack Welch, Randy Zuckerberg, biggest names in the world. You take a South African, you take them out of South Africa, and they're surrounded by the world's most successful people. And you know what they start saying? I am no different.
All right. I like that.
And they come back here, and they dominate, and the results don't lie. If I told you 2 years ago, I have clients in over 45 different countries, and if I told you that my top 10 clients in the world, 6 out of the 10 of my top coaching clients are South Africans. Results don't lie. 2 years, yes, we can believe.
The spirit of entrepreneurship in this country is very haphazard. You have those who really, really make it, and the churn is very hard on the other side.
Well, but the ones that win. But there is a churn in anything. Business is easy. There's 3 things why people don't succeed, and let's just be very clear. Number 1, they have the wrong information.
Okay.
Number 2, they have the wrong system. And number 3, they quit too soon. Bottom line, right? If you give people the right information, if you give the people the right system, and you don't allow them to quit, because most people quit. Let's be reality. How many people, tried their hand on a radio and didn't make it because they quit too soon or it was too hard? The flaw is people. Don't do your best. Do whatever it takes.
What are some of the usual hurdles that entrepreneurs come up against?
Well, 1, they have a lack of coach. Number 2, limiting beliefs. Number 4, they don't know what to do. Number 3, they're more transactional rather than transformational. They keep saying, well, how do I?
What's the difference?
Well, transactional is how do I become wealthy? Transformational is the why. Why should I do business? I mean, as the other caller is, why should I partner with you? Why should I do business with you? Why should I invest with you? It's not how. Everyone thinks how. I've got a new book that we expect to be a New York Times bestseller. It's going to be coming out shortly in the next 5 months, called The Millionaire Underdog, Against All Odds. And that's what it's about. The odds are not in our favor. The odds are not in our favor if you're black and you're poor and you're in a township. Your odds are not in favor if your parents were like mine, that weren't very supportive, who didn't, my whole life told me I would never make it. I used to have a speech impediment. I used to stutter, Bob. So how did I go from stutter to one of the top speakers in the world? How did I go from a stutterer to a top radio personality speaking? You know what? It's all about beliefs. It's all about people believe in you. I believe in the people in this country. I believe in entrepreneurism. I believe in spreading the message. And at the end of the day, powered by my success. But you got to want it. No one's going to give it to you.
Yeah. When you travel the world, what is the common thread with successful entrepreneurs? Is it the same? Can you identify a few other things?
You know, it's pretty much the same. Successful people are willing to do unsuccessful people what unsuccessful people won't. So successful people are willing to do what unsuccessful people won't. They don't give excuses, and they surround themselves with great coaches, and they take action. You know what success is, Bob? The sum of all the choices you have made in your life. Now think about it. All the choices you have made in your life are a result of where you are now. Here's what I say, Bob. If you are born broke, it is not your fault. If you die broke, it's 100% your fault.
Quality.
JT, my wife bakes. I'm a photographer, but we both have full-time jobs currently. How do we overcome the fear of actually doing more into our business than our full-time jobs? Because we have a sort of perception to say our business can get us far, but it's just the fear, maybe. How do we overcome all of that?
Very, very good question. Best question so far. Fear is a choice, right? It's false evidence appearing real. You've put something in your mind that has not yet happened. What if I leave my job and I don't make it? Here's the thing. It's not about time management. It's about energy management. Every single second of your day, from the moment you wake up to the moment you get your job, to after your job, to your weekend, has to be scheduled out, because you need to extract huge efficiencies to make it. In fact, Bob, sometimes people that have part-time, who start off in business part-time, do better in business and full-time because they can't afford to waste time. Yeah. I tell people are so busy, right? Always, I got this going on. Broke people are always so busy. Successful people are productive with their time. So you need to be productive with every single second and everything. Every 5 minutes of my day, from the moment I wake up to go to bed, is scheduled out.
Alice, what's your comment or question?
Hi there. I'd like to know, how do I register a business idea?
First of all, listen, everyone, let's stop. Your idea is not unique. There isn't anything in the world that I have not seen. And let's put it this way, whether it's an app or anything, the key is not who's going to copy. How can I become better? How can I make myself more valuable to my clients? How can I make myself irresistible? How can I wow my clients? And how can I outdo the competition? There are two fundamental skills I do in any business I have. And number one, how can I be number one? Doesn't matter whether you end up being number one, but did you give 100% to being number one? Finding out, what is my competition doing? How do I do it better? And number two, how can I improve this? How can I make this better? Obsessing over making better. Strategic innovation is the gateway to success.
Two fallacies, things that we used to believe that are not true anymore.
Whether you're white in this country, whether you're white or you're black or you're Indian, it really doesn't matter. We have to stop. And are there some of that stuff? Yes, there are people here who discriminate against me because I'm from America. So at the end of the day, listen, if 51% of the people like you, you are president of the United States. That means 49% of the people don't think you're set to do the job, don't like you, and wish that you were not there. So don't worry about the haters. Whoever is trying to bring you down, Bob, is below you. That's the bottom line. Bob, I came here with nothing 2 years ago, not knowing one person. Came here with Richard Branson, thinking that there were lions roaming around, that there'd be all this violence and everybody would have AIDS here and I'd need shots, right? And I've come in here, and this is the easiest country in the world to make money, but you got to believe, you got to stop with the excuses, stop talking about it and get it done. It's possible. I've been here 2 years and results don't lie. Thousands of successful stories, businesses I've bought here. I bought another one. I'm buying 2 this week. And bottom line is, it works. Stop with the nonsense. Keep listening to the show. And, listen, take action. I'm the world's #1 wealth coach. I can make anybody successful, Bob, but I can't do the work for you. If you haven't succeeded enough, it's because you haven't taken enough action, right? Start unknown, Bob. Finish unforgettable.